In the fiery cauldron of the French Revolution, few figures burned as brightly or as briefly as Georges Danton. Emerging from the turmoil as a beacon of revolutionary fervor was this intriguing individual, whose influence and charisma were matched only by his audacity and unyielding spirit. Born in Arcis-sur-Aube, Georges Danton began his professional journey as a lawyer, but it was his exceptional oratory skills that propelled him to the forefront of the French Revolution. Danton was not just a man of words, he was a man of distinctive character. His face, marked by the scars of a bull attack and the ravages of smallpox, became a potent symbol of his unwavering resilience. His disfigurements, far from deterring him, seemed to stoke the fires of his revolutionary zeal, adding a layer of intrigue to his persona. As we delve deeper into the life of this fascinating man, let's remember that every revolution has its heroes and villains, and Danton was no exception. A man with a powerful voice and a towering presence, Danton was not born into power. Indeed, his humble beginnings in Arcis-sur-Aube might have suggested a different path entirely. Born into a family of modest means, Danton's early life was marked by a bull attack and smallpox, both of which left him with a disfigured face, a constant reminder of the adversity he had to overcome. His thirst for knowledge led him to the schoolhouse door, where he pursued his studies with an unwavering tenacity. It was this same tenacity that saw him become a clerk and later a barrister. The courtroom became his stage, a place where he could command the attention of all those present with his powerful oration. However, it was not just the law that captured Danton's heart. He found love in Antoinette Gabrielle Charpentier, a woman who would stand by his side through the tumultuous years that lay ahead. Together, they bore 3 sons, a testament to their enduring bond. As Danton's family grew, so too did his reputation. His powerful voice and passionate speeches earned him a growing following. He became known as a revolutionary speaker, his words igniting a spark in those who heard them. His involvement with the Cordeliers militia and the Jacobin Club further bolstered his standing among the revolutionaries. Yet it was not just his voice that made Danton a force to be reckoned with. His towering presence, his unwavering conviction, and his relentless pursuit of justice made him a formidable figure. Danton was not just a speaker, he was a leader, a man who was not afraid to challenge the status quo. And so Danton found his voice, a voice that would echo through the streets of Paris and reverberate through the halls of power. With his voice as his weapon, Danton began to wield considerable influence. In the throes of the French Revolution, Danton's oratory prowess quickly found a home with the Cordeliers militia. This group, known for their fiery spirit and revolutionary fervor, found in Danton a leader whose eloquence matched their zeal. But Danton was not without his adversaries. High among them were Marquis de Lafayette and Jean-Sylvain Bailly, 2 prominent figures of the Revolution. Danton's powerful speeches and steadfast belief in the Republic often put him at odds with these men, whose visions for France did not always align with his own. Not content to limit his influence to the Cordeliers, Danton also became deeply involved with 2 revolutionary clubs, the Club de Cordeliers and the Jacobin Club. These groups were hotbeds of revolutionary thought, and Danton, with his booming voice and magnetic personality, quickly rose to prominence within their ranks. However, Danton's revolutionary activities were not without risk. Following the tumultuous Champ de Mars massacre, Danton found himself a marked man. He was forced to flee to England, leaving behind the city and the revolution he held so dear. But Danton could not stay away for long. The pull of Paris and the revolution proved too strong, and he soon returned, ready to continue the fight. He was welcomed back with open arms and was elected as the 2nd Deputy Procureur Public of the Commune. His voice once again echoed through the streets of Paris, rallying the people and pushing the revolution forward. Danton's influence was growing, and soon his voice would be heard at the highest levels of government. His passion for the Republic and his unwavering belief in the revolutionary cause were about to propel him to the very top of the French government. But as we will see, with power comes great responsibility and great danger. From the streets of Paris to the corridors of power, Danton's journey was as swift as it was unexpected. Once known as a simple barrister, Georges Danton's oratory skills and revolutionary fervor propelled him into the limelight. He ascended to the position of the second deputy procureur public of the Commune, a role that placed him at the heart of the revolutionary government. His rise didn't stop there. Danton soon found himself appointed as the Minister of Justice, a testament to his growing influence and the trust placed in him by his peers. As Minister of Justice, Danton was not just a figurehead. He was a man of action, deeply involved in the tumultuous events of the Revolution. This was a time of radical change, and Danton was at its forefront. He worked closely with Maximilien Robespierre, another key figure of the Revolution. Together they navigated the choppy waters of revolutionary politics, shaping the course of events with their decisions. One of Danton's most significant involvements during this period was the suspension of Louis XVI. This act marked a turning point in the Revolution, a clear break with the past, and a bold step into an uncertain future. Danton was instrumental in this decision, his voice echoing in the halls of power as he argued for the necessity of this drastic measure. But Danton's influence didn't stop at the suspension of the king. He was also involved in the establishment of a provisional executive council, a body designed to guide the nation during the turbulent times of the Revolution. This council marked a new era in French governance, a shift from the absolutist rule of the monarchy to a more collective form of leadership. As the winds of revolution swept through France, Danton found himself at its eye, steering its course. His actions during this period would leave an indelible mark on the revolution and the history of France, forever cementing his place as a pivotal figure in this era of upheaval. But as the saying goes, the higher they rise, the harder they fall. Georges Jacques Danton, a man of great influence and power, was not immune to this universal law. His downfall began with his loss of a seat in the Committee of Public Safety, a group he himself had supported the establishment of. The committee, initially seen as a beacon of revolutionary justice, soon came under his criticism. Danton, once the voice that echoed through the halls of the French government, now found himself at odds with the very system he had helped create. He argued that the Committee of Public Safety was overstepping its bounds, becoming a tool for dictatorship rather than a force for justice. His vocal opposition, however, did not sit well with those in power. Accusations began to mount against Danton. He was charged with conspiracy and venality, serious allegations that shook his reputation and standing in society. These charges led to his trial, a spectacle that held the nation's attention. The man who had once been at the helm of the Revolutionary War was now standing in the defendant's box, fighting for his life. The trial was a grim affair. Danton, despite his eloquence and charisma, could not sway the court in his favor. The revolutionary who had once called for justice was now on the receiving end of a harsh and uncompromising judicial system. He was found guilty and sentenced to the guillotine, a punishment as definitive as it was brutal. And so Danton, the voice of the revolution, was silenced. His final moments were spent on the executioner's platform, the crowd he had once swayed with his words, now watching in silent anticipation as the blade fell. In the end, Danton, the voice of the revolution, fell silent, his life cut short by the very revolution he helped to shape. The life of Georges Danton was as tumultuous as the times he lived in. From his humble beginnings as a lawyer to his rise as the French Minister of Justice, Danton was a man who embodied the spirit of the French Revolution. His fiery speeches and relentless pursuit of justice, particularly his role in the establishment of the Revolutionary Tribunal and the Committee of Public Safety, left an indelible mark on France's history. Danton was a man of action, not just words. His involvement in the September massacres and the military conquest of Belgium demonstrated his commitment to the revolutionary cause. Despite his eventual downfall and execution, Danton's influence cannot be denied. His legacy lies not only in his actions, but also in his powerful words, which continue to inspire generations of revolutionaries and reformers. Danton's life serves as a reminder of the power of conviction and the potential of an individual to influence the course of history. His story is a testament to the human spirit's capacity for resilience and bravery in the face of adversity. Danton's life may have been cut short, but his voice echoes through the ages, a testament to a man who dared to challenge the status quo and shape the course of history.